Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, Miss Mead. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am letting people into the Zoom. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our Lunch, Learn, and Earn. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy Monday. Happy magnificent Monday to all of you. It is great to see everyone on. We will be starting here in just a few minutes. Listen, as you are jumping into the Zoom, please go ahead and share where you are, where you are Zooming in from on this afternoon. We're so elated to have you here. Promise not to keep you long. Listen, this is our very short call here to talk about this powerful opportunity for you to become a nationwide mortgage loan originator. So we are elated to have you guys on today. Grab something, a notepad, pen, pencil, something to write on as we prepare to get started. It's 12:01. We'll start in about 60 seconds exactly. I'm going to gear this up real quick. Where's everybody chiming in from on this afternoon? Welcome to our Lunch, Learn, and Earn. My name is Michelle Kofer. I'm going to be your speaker here today for this very short call. Hopefully, you guys have something to write with, because I will probably share some information that is new to you that you have not been privy to. So definitely want to have something to take some notes on. And we will have you, if you desire to put any questions in the chat, you can put those in the chat. We'll make sure that we get those answered for you. And I'm gearing up. Good, welcome from Georgia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome from Georgia. Riviera Beach, Florida, by way of by way of Panera Bread. I love it. Ready to lunch, learn, and earn. I appreciate that. Listen, we are gearing up. I'm taking us over here to our live stream, and then we are going to get started. You guys can feel free to share that link out with family, friends, and colleagues. Continue to share that link. But for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and get started. So good afternoon. Happy Monday. Happy magnificent Monday to all of you out there. My name is Michelle W. Kofer, and I am one of the founding members with this phenomenal platform, Own Easy. Own Easy is a platform that has a mission to be able to bring home ownership and equality to 75% of all Americans. And through this initiative, we are actually looking to deploy mortgage loan originators in all 50 states. And so not sure which city and state you guys represent, but we are looking to deploy loan officers nationwide. And it doesn't matter if you have experience or if you don't have experience, because we actually do train through this platform. I've actually been a part of this project now for a little over a year, and I can tell you that it's been so rewarding to help so many families. I'm a former social worker, over 16 years, transitioned into the financial services space about 7 years ago as a certified credit coach, a tax owner. And I can tell you, I've helped a lot of families get qualified to buy a house, but not until this platform. I've never been able to be at the closing table. And so I'm excited about this loan officer opportunity. Number one, because I grew up in the projects. And so I don't know if any of you are on the line today and, you ever been in what they say, in between a rock and a hard place. If so, put a 1 in the chat. But I just didn't come from a whole lot, and nobody talked about homeownership. Nobody talked about the ability to build wealth. And I remember at 26 years old, I was just like, you know what? I got to buy a house. Like, I didn't know what to do. I, in fact, was ignorant. I didn't even use a realtor. I just knew that I needed to buy a house because for what I was spending on rent, I could have my own home. And I could tell you guys, I ended up buying my first house. It was not easy to do, but I got it done, and I inherited bats. I inherited water damage. So I didn't have a realtor because I didn't know I should have. But what I learned about 6 years after that, in my early 30s, was that there was wealth in real estate. I was able to sell that house, was able to take that money, move on to Charlotte, North Carolina, where I now, the same little project chick, built my first house it's my second house, but the first one I built from the ground up. And then life happened. And so I don't know if any of you have ever been unemployed, underemployed, but I went through 8 months without a job, and almost lost that house that I had so proudly worked for. I voluntarily surrendered 2 cars. I just got an extreme amount of debt. And from 2015 to 2017, I struggled, financially struggled. My husband and I, we were new to Georgia. We were prepaying for our lights. We were living in a moldy apartment, and life was just really, really hard. And I remember, looking at my daughter. She was at the time 18 months old, and I said she deserves a home. She deserves to, have a backyard one day, and I will not perpetuate a cycle of lack. And so I made a commitment January 2017 that I was going to get us back on the top. And so my husband and I got started working on our credit. About 6 months in, our credit scores were both over the 700s, and we made a plan to own a home again. And I can tell you right now, I'm in my own home. This wall back here, that's my green wall. And the interest rate on this house, guys, is only 2.25%, but we have a couple $100,000 in equity. And so today we're going to talk about how we help families own easy. We're going to talk about how families can gain access to home ownership so that they can go out and build a legacy for their family. And then I'm going to show you guys how through this platform, you can become a federal mortgage loan officer and help families do that. So welcome to Own Easy, guys. Our mission, as I stated earlier, is to raise home ownership rates to 75% for all Americans. We know there are a lot of things that perpetuate a cycle where there's been a discrepancy, but our mission is to open doors for families that previously had been closed. And so we want to change the face of home ownership. And so with this information today, we're going to share. I know we're at lunch, so we're going to be in and out. I know I remember, doing calls like this, running down to Wendy's or Golden Corral. But listen, if you could take some notes, please do, because we're going to talk a little bit about real estate, home ownership, our VIP Elite membership that's offered to clients who may not be mortgage ready, legal services that are available, how you can become a 50-state federal loan officer, as well as a 50-state title officer, offering all the resources that your clients will need. So over the next 5 years, our goal is really big. And this is why we're trying to mobilize community loan officers. We want to bring 75% home ownership to all people. Specifically, our goal is 1 million families. And I know that's really big, but I believe that if we bring the right people in the communities on board, we can achieve that. So we're going to be able to help families with debt resolution and credit reporting errors. Why? Because if you guys were to guess it, the number 2 reasons why people don't own a home is what? Credit challenges or not enough money, right? So we can probably put yes in the chat if you can agree that those are barriers, right? The other thing is, a third thing is people don't have the access to resources that can help them. So we help with down payment assistance as well. And so when we start looking at our program, guys, there are a lot of things that we can help with. And I'm so grateful for our founders, Mr. George Newberry and Chet Seeley, because they said, listen, we know people have problems, and if we want to help folks own homes, we got to address those problems. So as a mortgage loan officer, you have a full suite of services designed so that you can get everybody a yes. So if you got somebody that comes to you and they're not mortgage ready, maybe their credit is down, maybe they have a lot of debt, we can assist through our legal plan with all of these. And as a legal plan, it's a 5-fold mission, starting with a one-on-one consultation with our legal team, where we assess what is going on with a person's credit and finances. And then we go ahead and start challenging those things legally. We have a team of credit attorneys in place to do that. And then we also escalate. So that means that if somebody has something that is legally, or I should say illegally reporting to their credit, or is a violation of a consumer right, our attorneys will escalate that and sue. Somebody put sue in the chat. They will sue on behalf of our clients. So the goal is to be able to position families to go from renting to owning. And so I saw some people pop in here from Georgia. I'm in Georgia also. So let's just say the average cost of rent is about $2,000 for a 3-bedroom, right? It could be higher, it could be a little less, but let's just use that for simple math. If a person is currently renting right now, after 1 year, they will have given away over $24,000. And I say that intentionally because if they're renting, they don't get that back. So yeah, you get a place to put your kids and they have a roof over their head. But guys, after 5 years, you just literally threw out $120,000. That's 100% interest, no principal, no equity, no wealth being built. We know wealth is built in real estate in America. And that's why we got to get people out of the mindset that renting is okay, right? Ownership, even if interest rates are high, we preach ownership. Why? Because that's where the power is. So we want to divorce the rent. We're going to marry the house, and we can date the interest rate, because the interest rate is something that always can be modified. After 15 years, guys, of somebody renting at $2,000 a month, they spent over $360,000. And this is where I'm going to show you a little bit later. You can come on board as a loan officer and help these families. So make sure you stick through the end. But our VIP membership can help clients who are not yet mortgage ready. That's going to be the bulk of people. Everybody's chasing the client that already has an 800 credit score, 740 credit score, already has the money down. But we're forgetting that the majority of the people who don't own homes are the people that want to, but they can't. So we focus our emphasis on helping low to moderate income families. And we do have a membership that they can access very affordably. In fact, where now they got access to our legal team, debt analysis tools, authentic trade lines. So if they need to build up their credit, we can use things even like their utilities to report, credit building tools. They get a score simulator, attorney guided letters. So there's no letters being sent out through our legal plan. They have all of these services, all 3 FICO scores, $1 million of identity protection, as well as we provide them with budgeting and tax tools. Why? Because anybody that's wanting to buy has to have a balanced debt to income ratio. So we show people how to direct their budget, as well as, especially for entrepreneurs, how to govern your finances so that your taxes are appropriate, right? We know a lot of people who've not been able to purchase because they haven't filed their taxes or they wrote too much off. So we have tax tools. We also have investment tools available to our members. And the investment tools look twofold. One, families can learn how to invest in banknotes, So yeah, we're going to buy our first house and we're going to build wealth that way. But what if you already own a home, right? What if, you're like me, you already own a home, but you want to learn how to still build wealth in real estate? Well, we have investment tools. Our pre-REO allows you to crowdfund. These are all available in our membership. Student loan solutions. So that's another reason a lot of people cannot own a home. And so we go ahead and remedy that, guys. Wealth management systems and all of that. So literally we're pouring in thousands of dollars of value to a client who's not mortgage ready. And maybe you're on the line and you're like, I'm not mortgage ready. I want to be a loan officer, but I don't have a home yet. Well, you can even take advantage of this membership yourself. It's $149, $89 a month. And then if you refer 5 people to our services, our platform, you as a customer also enjoy the benefit of having a free membership. Now, we have several people across the country who've been able to benefit. And I saw my sister checking in. She said she was at a Panera Bread, but this young lady right here, Ms. Kiwi Walker, has been able to benefit from these services. And Ms. Walker, I don't know if you're able to come on and share. I'm not sure if you're meeting with someone, but if you're able to come on and just talk about how these services are helping you prepare for home ownership, I would love to invite you up. Are you able to come over and share real quick, Ms. Walker, if you're on the line?
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, I'm able to share. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. So if you would just real quick, share with everybody, how being referred by your loan officer has positioned you and your son to be able to now move to the path of home ownership. Thank you so much. I know it was impromptu. I appreciate you.
Okay, no problem. My background may be a little loud, but so this opportunity has helped me big time. Being a single mom, especially of a busy athlete, this opportunity has put me in a position I never thought I would be in. I started off with a 465 credit score. I had multiple bankruptcies, voluntary repossession, medical records, student loans, credit card debt, payday loans, you name it, I had it. And I didn't, I really didn't know anything about credit. My mom is still not a homeowner and she's 62 years old. And so for me, when I took a look at my credit, I wasn't able to move out of my current apartment complex that I was living in. And that kind of hurt me. Being a paralegal of 12 years, you're thinking you're making a good amount of income, but that income wasn't enough to help me get a new place. And so once I reached out and I was able to get involved with these services and be able to leverage everything that's offered here with Own Easy, as well as with my loan buddy, the world just changed. You look at everything different. Before I swipe my card, I'm thinking. Before I break that 20, I'm thinking. And so I'm excited about where I'm getting ready to go. I never thought I would be able to be a homeowner. I didn't know anything about financial literacy, but here I am now. So if you're on here, don't play with it. Get involved. Get started. You're going to be able to have probably a better testimonial than I have right now. But I'm telling you, I'm lit. I'm ready to go. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for bringing me up.
Thank you so much. Somebody say lunch, learn, and earn. Thank you so much, Ms. Walker, for sharing your powerful testimony. And listen, guys, the person that invited you here can get you into our testimony group. We have literally thousands of people who have leveraged this platform to get in position to be empowered through home ownership. So even as you listen to Ms. Walker share her story, I'm sure you're thinking like by now, I know somebody who doesn't have great credit, but they desire to own a home. Or maybe you're even thinking, you know what? People around me have been rejected. Maybe you're a realtor. Maybe you're already a loan officer, or maybe you're a tax professional like me. I run into people all the time who have been treated unfairly. They've, applied for a mortgage. They've been denied. And this is how we're able to help them. Maybe even people have been harassed by bill collectors and creditors. Well, here through Own Easy, we understand that life happens, you guys. We understand that, sometimes good people experience bad situations, and that shouldn't be a reason why you never get to own a home. And so our goal and mission is to make it easy for families. And listen, you get to be a direct part of that by becoming a loan officer. Somebody put MLO in the chat. I'm almost done, y'all. You can become a mortgage loan officer and go out there and anchor home ownership in your community. Be a voice for the voiceless. You can connect the dots between the have and the have-nots. And I can tell you, I love this platform. Like literally on Friday, I just had a client in Mississippi apply for a loan over $400,000. Had two clients in South Carolina, one about 268, one 190. One at FHA, one at USDA. And what I love is that I was able to learn how to be a loan officer right here through this platform. And I was able to take the relationships that I already have as a professional in my community, as a minister in my community, and people trust me to be able to take them and their family to the closing table. Somebody put in the chat, clear to close, because I know we all know somebody. Listen, we know somebody that wants to hear clear to close. Those are the best words that you can hear. And as a loan officer, you are a part of that. Now, I'm getting ready to talk about the business opportunity. So obviously I'm going to talk about money, and I'm not ashamed to talk about money because money answers all things. But this is how you can become an influencer in your community, become a loan officer in your community. But guys, there's no income promise here. This is a commission-based position, but I can tell you there's some people on the line who are making a lot of money in this space. There are people on the line who have tons of loans in their pipeline, who have closed loans. And so it's all about what you're willing to do. Are you willing to work hard? Are you willing to learn a new skill set, perhaps even sharpen something that you already have? Are you willing to be dedicated? Because here's what I learned a long time ago. If you want to make a lot of income, you got to make a big impact. All right. So I'm going to share about this loan officer opportunity, guys, but do me a favor. Go ahead and Google average loan officer in your city. And when you find that, I want you to drop that income in the chat. Average loan officer income in your city. And when you find that, drop that in the chat. So welcome to 75 for All, guys. Again, we're providing keys to connect families through this thing called home ownership. We know this is how wealth in America was built. And even though many families were privy to build wealth through real estate, that wasn't always the case for many families, especially brown families. So when we start looking at the realities here, things like redlining and, intentional separation and segregation caused home ownership rates to expand in the Caucasian community, whereas in the brown communities, not so much so. And so when we start even looking at overall across the nation, even in the last year, in the last 12 months, home ownership rates are at an all-time low for minority families. We're talking about the home ownership gap in America now is bigger than it was during the civil rights era. And this is where we have the ability to change that. Somebody put change in the chat. We change that because if we can fix the home ownership gap, we can change the equity gap. We can build wealth throughout communities. Like most communities that are overridden with crime, have poor schools and lack of resources, are communities where there are no homeowners. And so we can change that, where we can bring home ownership to 75% of all families. And again, through things like redlining, when the government said, hey, we're going to issue out loans, we're going to create FHA, guys, for over 40 years in a row. Every single government, well, not every government-backed loan, but over 98% of all government-backed loans went to the majority of the population. That allowed a certain segment of America to be able to leverage equity from a house, to start businesses, or to build enough resources to send kids to colleges, to start businesses. And so minority communities lag behind. But you and I, as a community mortgage loan officer, we change that. We can help low to low moderate income families. But now if you got some family members who got some big money, we can get them in $1 million house. We got jumbo loans. We got access to FHA, VA. Thank you so much to all of our veterans. Listen, I just talked to a gentleman, did a consultation. He's up in New York. He served in the armed forces, and he's wanting to buy a house in Maryland, DC area. So guess what? We can help him. It doesn't matter where you live. I'm in Georgia. Doesn't matter where you live. FHA, VA, USDA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, conventional and jumbo loans, and even guys, we can manually underwrite. Listen, drop a one if you know somebody that's ever applied for a house and they were denied. Right? Talked to somebody on the phone yesterday down in Griffin, Georgia. They had been denied a home loan about 2 months ago, and after they applied, they never heard anything back. That's because it was automated underwriting. A lot of times, automated underwriting is just going to look at what you put in the system, and if it doesn't fit, they're going to just throw the loan off the table. This bank, our bank, takes the time to look at your situation. Why? Because we want to get a yes to people. So I love being partnered with Capital Federal Credit Union because as a federally chartered bank, we want to get the resources to the community, whether it's 203K rehab loans for investors, whether, it's a person that doesn't have a great credit score, they could even get an FHA at a 580. But remember, our goal, as I mentioned earlier, is to help people own easy. A 580, they don't own easy. They're going to have a high interest rate. So we don't want people to necessarily purchase at a 580 because they can. Here's the thing, guys. We help people leverage our first half of our program, elevate that credit score, because buying a house at a 580 compared to a 700, you're going to spend over $200,000 over the course of that loan. And we don't want people doing that. And so if you are a realtor on the line, drop R in the chat, because guess what? Realtors have a very unique place in our platform. We have tons of realtors all across the country, but the law allows a realtor now to be able to not only take their client shopping and sell a house, they can also serve as a mortgage loan officer. So there's no more conflict of interest. So realtors can actually double dip on mortgages. And here is another testimony. This young lady right here, Denise Wilson, I don't know if she's on the line. Let me see. I actually see her. Miss Wilson, I don't know if you're available. If you're available, I would love for you to share your own testimony. But guys, Miss Wilson is a broker and a realtor. So if you know brokers, you know realtors, their goal is to help families purchase homes. That's what they wake up to do every day, right? And so with this platform, they actually can get to go to the closing table and get somebody say 2 commissions in the chat as a real estate professional. So if you know some realtors, you might want to tell them about Own Easy. So Ms. Wilson, if you're available, just let me know if you can. I would love for them to share hear you share your own testimony. But if not, I have no qualms with sharing it from the screen on today. Let me just see, guys.
Yes, I can.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Again, y'all, last minute, I apologize. But again, we appreciate you. And I will say this, guys, Ms. Wilson has actually been my realtor. As I mentioned before, I bought that house in Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, I ended up going through 8 months of unemployment. And when I did, I filed a bankruptcy. And after that bankruptcy, or in that bankruptcy, God favored me to be able to sell that house. And I still discovered there's wealth in real estate, because in the midst of a bankruptcy, I was able to, because of this Shiro realtor right here, sell that house, walk away with money. The balance of the house paid off all of my debts, and I was able to start my life over again. So I didn't start from zero because of this powerhouse realtor right here. So Ms. Wilson, you've been able to help families who don't live in your resident state of North Carolina. Can you share a little bit with us this afternoon about why you love this platform as a real estate professional, why you love being an MLO?
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Kofa, Dr. Kofa. I'm just excited about the platform and the opportunities that it's going to bring to so many families to become homeowners, and also to generate income for people that want to build a business, want to add an extra stream of income, and also become a mortgage loan officer. So that's why it made sense to me. I just love helping people. I've been a real estate agent for over 20 years. So that right there shows that, I'm definitely committed to helping families become homeowners. So if you're a realtor on the line, definitely, get back to the person who invited you and just sign up, because if you're a real estate agent, you already want to help people. So this just gives you another opportunity to take them from the beginning to the end. And then you have a whole new opportunity, because now you're able to help people in different states. I'm in North Carolina. I closed a refi in New York and also a purchase in Pennsylvania, and was able to get the homeowners in Pennsylvania connected with a great agent there as well. So thank you for the opportunity to share my story and, just continue to be successful.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We appreciate you and thank you. So that's a realtor, guys, and we're not going to have time for all these testimonies, but I see insurance professionals on here right now. Mr. Holt down in Florida. I see tax professionals on here. Ms. Mead out in Philadelphia. I see Ms. Carter. tax professional on here out in Alabama. I'm a tax professional. I see some executive leaders. I see some ministers on here. So guys, the thing about it is, it doesn't matter what line of work you're in. Yes, we're looking for people. Yes, the rush is on, but it doesn't matter what line of work you come from, right? Our mission is to help people. Put that in the chat, help. So if you are a real estate professional, amazing. Maybe you're a teacher, educator, maybe you're a police officer, maybe you're a religious leader, or maybe you're even a stay-at mom that's just saying, I want an opportunity. Guess what? You could be a lawyer, you could be a loan officer, guys, you could be a network marketer. If you are committed to helping families, you have an opportunity here to help families multiple times. You can help them own a home right now, because we just established that renting is expensive. I remember before we bought our house, by the way, our mortgage is only $1,508. I'm gonna show you in a minute how we actually have a rent-free. I mean, we have a mortgage-free note, but I remember paying over $2,000 for a house that was smaller than the one we live in, because we had to. I remember living in an apartment paying over $1,600 and living in mold and hating living there because we had to. That was our situation. So I love that we get to help families now get in position to move. And then maybe, like Ms. Wilson said, maybe they want to refinance. Maybe they can refinance now, or even after they purchase, they refinance a couple of years from now. We can help them. Or even if they want to upgrade or downgrade, we can help them. But here's what I want you guys to know. It's a business. So nothing wrong with helping people and getting paid, right? Anybody allergic to money? If you're not allergic to money, put some dollar signs in the chat, because I'm getting ready to talk about how we can go out here, be a loan officer, and earn some money. So as a loan officer with this platform, guys, it's very simple. You're able to help families navigate through the application. You get them started on a 1003 application, gather up all of their pertinent documents, and answer basic questions. You will also be assigned a loan buddy through our platform, which means now you get to work with a seasoned mortgage loan officer who's going to make sure everything on a 1003 is correct. They're answering the difficult questions. They're making sure the RESPA laws are adhered to, all the timelines. They're going to make sure that if the loan needs to be manually underwritten, that's done. So you got an assistant here who not only is going to be on the job training, if you will, and you have access to on-demand training as well, but you got a loan buddy who's going to be guiding you through their own experience. And so even though as a loan officer, guys, I hope you guys looked it up. Did y'all look up the average loan officer income in your city? Because I gave y'all an assignment on this Lunch and Learn. Did y'all look it up? Did anybody? Yeah, somebody asked, can we do over $10 million homes? Actually, our cap, Cicely, is $4 million. But somebody said the average loan officer in Pensacola is $170,000, almost $171,000. Somebody said $75,000. So listen, regardless of what city, what state you live in, let's just agree on this. Loan officers are above average income. Somebody say six figures in their state. Loan officers are above average income. So if you are a broke social worker like me, or a school teacher that's barely making it, like, well, I was a social worker, not anymore. But here's the thing, this is above average income. So you earn what's called basis points as a loan officer, right? Basis points or BIPs. So it starts like this with our platform. You earn 100 to 140 basis points. So that's 1% to 1.4% of every loan. Simple math, let's do that right here. Let's just say you did a house, it was $250,000 at 100 basis points, that's 1%. So the commission on that loan would be $2,500. Put that in the chat, $2,500, right? Imagine you did two homes, $250,000. That means the commission is now $5,000. You did three loans, commission $7,500. Well, you got a loan buddy who's working with you. And in the beginning, you're new, so you're learning. So your loan buddy is going to take a little piece of your commission. You bring 65% home, they keep 35, but you're going to get better, you're going to get more proficient. Now you keep 75, they only keep 25, but now you have a strong proficiency, guys. You've done over 20 loans, you're skilled, you're confident, you can get them done. Guess what? You get to bring home 85%. Your loan buddy only keeps 15. Now you can graduate your loan buddy, but I'm gonna tell you, if you're busy like me or some of these other leaders out here, listen, we running businesses, we running ministries, we got children we raising. So, you know, there's leverage. I'm going to keep my loan buddy. You don't have to, but I'm going to keep mine. But let me just show you where the money resides. Imagine you did three houses. I just gave that example. You did three houses, 100 basis points. Even after the loan buddy takes their share, you just made almost $5,000 that month. But imagine you did 8 houses at 1.2%, which is 120 basis points. Guys, that's $18,000 a month you just brought home. Can we say above average in the chat? This is above average income, but you got to help people. You got to go out there and utilize our system to help you identify people that want to buy a house, that are qualified, but just don't even know they can qualify. I mean, that they can purchase, right? 16 houses a month, guys, at 140 basis points. You're talking about $47,000 a month in income. Would that change somebody's life in the chat? Yes or no? I'm going to answer it for you. You wouldn't be at work right now if you were making $47,000 a month, okay? This opportunity is life-changing. We also have a Keller Williams bonus style, Keller Williams bonus pool that you can benefit from as well. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't know about this time, yeah. We got a whole lot of things to say, but guys, this model is a real estate model, right? So if you go out here as a mortgage loan officer, I'm getting ready to show you where you have the opportunity to bring on other loan officers. And it's no different than what a broker does in the profession of real estate, right? So we have a real estate agent, you just heard from one, right? Well, she goes out, she can write her own check, but her check is only as good as the next sale, right? So that means there is limited income. And a lot of realtors I know personally, they live between their closings. Sometimes they're, subbing at a school, or they're driving Uber or DoorDash, because there's no financial security and they don't have any leverage. They have to go show the house, but there's also no time freedom. They're not at church on Sundays. They're missing the kids' games because they have to show houses when their client is available. So there's no residual either. And they share part of their income. Well, the broker has the freedom. You become the broker, guys. You have a limited opportunity to share this with other people who want to be a loan officer. It secures your finances. It gives you leverage. You have time freedom. And even when they sell a house, guess what? You get to earn a part of that commission. So let me ask y'all, if you had the chance to be had the chance to be the agent or the broker, which one you want to be? Y'all smart. Y'all want to be the broker. Here's why you want to be the broker, because you can be an MLO broker. And as such, guys, you earn 10 basis points passively off every loan generated by a loan officer that you introduce to our platform. So let's say, for example, I introduce this to Miss Mead. Miss Mead comes on, she's up in Philadelphia. She closes the house for $250,000. Well, commission-wise, that's $2,500. But because I introduced her as the broker, right, the loan broker, I'm going to earn a passive $250. All right. As y'all can see, my phone is busy. It's busy Monday, right? But imagine I did that for 10 people. I helped 10 people become a loan officer. They sold one house a month. Follow me right here. Don't get distracted. They sold one home loan a month for $250,000. And I got 10 people I introduced y'all. That's $2,500 a month passive income that I earned. 20 people go out and help one family each, guys. That's $5,000 a month. All the way, it's unlimited potential. But just imagine I help 40 people become a loan officer. The company trains them. The company does all of that. I'm leveraging a system to get loan officers deployed in the community. And if I got 40 people doing just one loan a month, that's $10,000 a month passively. That doesn't count the loans that I do on my own for the families that working directly with me. Somebody say dollar signs in the chat. In fact, put some home emojis in the chat, because this is life-changing. So what do you do while you're waiting? Because it's going to take a couple of weeks for you to get onboarded with the bank. You do have to pass a federal background check. Sorry, not sorry. We got to make sure we bring the right people to the platform, because we're dealing with people's personal information. But while you're waiting to be hired, you can start sharing their opportunity. You can go out there and start talking to people who want to buy a house, but maybe they're not qualified, and you can share their own easy services, and maybe they become a member. But if they're already qualified, guess what? You still get to earn income. So we're going to talk about a little bit more money, and we're going to let you guys go. It's still lunch and learn, guys. So we're going to be in and out. So as a loan officer, you also have the ability to share our platform and earn active income, residual income, bonus, and leverage. So active income means every person you refer to the platform, guys, you're going to earn anywhere between $45 and $100. So that's powerful, right? You get to earn residual income, bonus income. I'm going to show you about a housing bonus that you get to earn where the company is actually paying towards your rent or mortgage. And then there's also leverage income, because just like Keller Williams or EXP or Exit Realtor or any broker, you get to leverage from building a team. And so real quick, we have something called an accelerator bonus. So if you know at least 5 people who need help with their finances, they want to buy a house, or they have credit challenges, drop a 5 in the chat, right? You go out there and you start helping people. The first 3 people you help, you're going to earn a commission. It's $135. On top of that, you're going to get a bonus of $150, meaning you're earning an extra $50. So you just walk week 1 or day 1 with $285. You help 6 people, there's another 150 bonus. You help 10 people, there's a $200 bonus. So as you see here, 150, 150, and 200, guys, that's $500. We call that fast start bonus. We know a lot of people that are hurting. Over 76,000 people right here in Atlanta have been evicted this year. We know a lot of people that are hurting. We got school teachers. We have people in ministry. We have people who just, pillars in our community who've been evicted here lately. So we go help them. You help them fast, and now you can go out there and help 10 families, and you earn over $1,000 in your first week of business. But again, you operate like a broker. So every time you help somebody, you earn income. So let's just say I went out here and I shared this with Coach K. Coach K went and helped 10 people. She earned $500. But because I introduced Coach K to the platform, I earned a passive $300 right here. So if I help her, I earn $300. But what if I help Coach K? What if I help Cicely? What if I help Collins? Then I just earned $900. All of them made $500 a piece. I'm not taking anything away from them. They're working, so they're earning. But because I'm holding their hand and coaching them, I earn. Let's say if I help 5 people, I help Coach K, I help Collins, I help Denise, I help Francis, I help Cassie, I just made $1,500 passive income. And I can still do that while I still have a job, because there's a system here that leverage is in place, right? But this is what I love, you guys. Our co-founders, Mr. Seeley, Mr. Newberry, they said, listen, we're so committed to the mission of home ownership that if you go out there and you start helping families achieve, we're going to give you $500 up to $1,500 a month to pay towards your own mortgage. Now, I know we got some people on the line. If you're on the line and you earn a mortgage allowance, just drop that in the chat for us. I know Miss Mead, she gets $500 a month. Coach K, $500 a month. I see Miss Collins Myers on here. She gets $1,000 a month. You guys, my husband gets $500 a month. I get $1,500 a month. All that says is we just help a lot of people, okay? But imagine your rent is $1,000 a month and you're a senior director. I mean, your rent is $1,500 a month and you're a senior director getting $1,000. That means now you got $1,000 extra dollars. You can go from renting to owning faster. But I'll tell you guys my own testimony, right? My mortgage, 1508, we purchased our house with a 766 credit score. Not bad coming from a 500 credit score, okay? So leverage the platform, guys. Get in position to win. But our mortgage is 1508. I get 1,500 a month. My husband, 500 a month. We don't have a mortgage. Somebody hashtag mortgage free. We're talking about building legacy through real estate. This company puts you in position to do that by simply helping people. So here we are, we're done. You can become a mortgage loan officer the traditional way and go out, take a test, take pre-licensing, pay for all of that. You could go and spend money getting credentials in all 50 states. You could go drop, anywhere between $25,000 to $50,000 trying to be a 50-state loan officer. And you have to have excellent credit. You can do that and still be licensed in just one state at a time, right? Or you could go this route, traditional route. And I know sometimes, guys, it takes a paradigm shift. This is not something you're used to. It's different, it's new, but guess what? It's legal. You got to have a background check. You get to come on board and be an employee of a federal bank. That's how you're able to have a 50-state play. You get the training that you need, self-paced and in person. And in less than 2 weeks, you can be originated loans in all 50 states for, guess what? Less than $300. So right now, we're offering a huge promotion. You want to make sure you get the promo code from whoever invited you guys. This is going to include your back office build up. It's going to include your landing page, your website. It's going to include marketing materials. You also got access to the membership I shared. So if your credit or your finances are not where you desire them to be, you have access to our legal plan. You even have access to our lawyers if you need to access them for things outside of that, right? $249. You do have to pay for your own background check. That's not included. You have to pay for your background and fingerprints. But guys, when you think about what you're investing, you guys shared earlier that this was an above average business opportunity. It was above average income. So when you think about $249, I just encourage you to treat that like it's $2,049, because if you do, you take it serious, you'll receive a return on your investment. You can refer 5 people just like a client. Your services and membership are free. Now you run a business debt-free. You got your investment back. You're all profit going forward. And that's not even including you doing one loan. You can write one loan for $100,000 and make $1,000 and get your money back. So as a loan officer through this platform, guys, you have access to the legal plan, down payment assistance, mortgage loan origination. Obviously, you're helping to write loans, title, home warranty, property insurance. You can refer real estate professionals and earn extra commissions there. Creative financing, income documentation. You can help clients who are not mortgage ready by giving them access to a phenomenal credit restoration program. You can invest in real estate through our Note University. And because you're an employee, an entrepreneur, you have access to low-cost healthcare. I can tell you through this platform, I pay $0 a month for my medical insurance. I've been an entrepreneur for 7 years and had to pay it out of pocket. I'm saving over $483 a month because I have my medical care through this platform. My dental, $30.25 a month. You get equity awards, meaning we are going to Wall Street. This company will be a publicly traded company. We will be on New York Stock Exchange. We're fast paced to that. So you have stock options that you can earn right now because you are in early. And again, 5 is free. So guys, here's the thing. You can say, you know what, this sounds great, but I don't know. This is just another thing. It's just something I saw on the internet, and you can bypass a huge opportunity. You know, the mere fact that loan officers can go out here and generate income in 50 states through this platform, that's never been done before. In fact, we're the fastest growing MLO platform in the country. The way that we're doing this has never been done before, but don't close your mind to something. You know, you think about it, if you want to do something you've never done before, you got to do something that's never been done. This is revolutionary. And our owners are just brainiacs. They're genius for thinking of this. They've already made millions of dollars in the real estate space, but they said, what can we do to bring this to everyday families? And instead of running ads on commercials and TV ads, they said, we're going to build this in the community with people in the community who already have relations in the community. So you can become a community loan officer, and you know, maybe you need help. Like you want to fix your own credit. Maybe you want to buy a house, or you can say, I want to give help. I want to anchor down. I want to be a part of helping 1 million families. I want to take this to my church, my community, my neighborhood. Or you say, I want both. I want to be all in. Listen, I decided to do both. My credit score is already in the 700. 766 is my high score. I don't do this because I need credit repair. I already own a home. I'm an investor. I own land and all of that. I don't do this for me. I do this for the people who think ownership is complicated. I do this because we get to show them on easy. The person that invited you to this lunch and learn, they shared this information with you because they feel like you are just as passionate as them about helping families own easy. So if you're on this line this afternoon, we want to welcome you to the platform. We want to thank you so much for joining us. We want to say congratulations for joining our mission and movement to go out here and raise home ownership rates to 75% for all Americans. So congratulations to you. Get back to the person that invited you to the lunch, learn, and earn. Let them know. Like, in fact, text them right now. Say, I'm ready to get started. Put me in the game, coach. Lock arms with me, and let's go out here and launch this movement in my community. Guys, if you're in any rural area, people are hurting. There's funds available through USDA people don't even know about. Veterans don't even know that they don't have to come up with money. Guys, you have the ability to be changed. So let's go out there, take this to our communities. And guys, thank you again for jumping on our Lunch and Learn. We'll see all of you at the top. Take care. Have a great day. Have a great week, everybody. If you're interested, maybe I talk too fast. I'm not from New York, but I do talk fast. We're going to have another call tonight at 9 p.m. They're going to break down the services more in depth. If you're interested in that, get with the person that invited you on. You can come back at 9 o'clock, but if you go ahead and get anchored now, at 9 o'clock, you can be introducing and inviting people to come on board, and you can literally earn your first check this week. All right. So we'll see you guys at the top. Take care, everybody. Great day.